I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. Okay, hold on, let's get this pop up out of here. Israel Adesanya welcomes Alex Pereira trilogy fight on only one condition. Israel Adesanya prefers to move past his rivalry with Alex Pereira. Israel Adesanya is not interested in a trilogy fight with Alex Pereira unless it's a chance for to become a two-division world champion. Hold on. This is interesting. That's a very interesting quote right there. What are we talking about? Israel Adesanya defeated Alex Pereira in their second UFC clash at UFC 287 back in April. He regained the middleweight championship after falling to Pereira at UFC 281 5 months prior. I believe that was an event in New York City. Across two combat sports, Alex Pereira holds 3 wins over Pereira over, I mean, Pereira holds 3 wins over Adesanya. The last style bender was defeated by Pereira twice in kickboxing, once in MMA, and then Pereira lost to Israel Adesanya in their last fight, second round knockout. Alex Pereira is moving up to the UFC light heavyweight division, and his debut will be versus Jan Blachowicz at UFC 291. Jan Blachowicz defeated Israel Adesanya for the UFC light heavyweight championship. Alex Pereira is looking to begin this new chapter at 205 pounds light heavyweight division on the right note and potentially earn a title shot with a victory. Wow, that's interesting. Israel Adesanya, who has competed once at light heavyweight during his career, is only interested in a Pereira trilogy if it's for a light heavyweight championship. That's a second interesting kind of a clue there. Hold on. Israel Adesanya is open to another light heavyweight championship move. Hold on. What's going on here? During a recent appearance on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, you got to put some respect on his name, Israel Adesanya explained that the one way the Alex Pereira trilogy fight will happen, if he oh wow, this changes everything. That changes everything. Okay, hold on. If Alex Pereira, wins the belt at 205, I'll do it again, Israel Adesanya said. But if not, I think he's done with it. I'm done with it. Everybody else wants to see it, but we're done with it. That's life. Israel Adesanya was then asked to give his prediction for Pereira upcoming fight versus Jan Blachowicz. I think Alex might knock Jan out. What? Israel Adesanya says, I feel like Jan doesn't take him down, I guess. Alex is going to knock Jan out. Wow. Israel Adesanya will likely face the winner of Whitaker versus Dracus du Plessis for his next title, middleweight title defense. Dracus du Plessis versus Robert Whitaker will take place at UFC 290. That's like 3 weeks from now. Israel Adesanya has defeated most of the top middleweight contenders outside of Dracus du Plessis, Sean Strickland. There's a few in the top that he hasn't fought yet. He could potentially give light heavyweight another go, especially if Pereira finds similar success at 205 pounds as he did at 185 pounds. Talks of Israel Adesanya versus Pereira ran rapid almost immediately after UFC 287, although the matchup appears to be indefinitely on hold as Pereira attempts to reach the top of the light heavyweight division. Wow, when I first was reading this story, I thought there was a little bit of a clue kind of coming out there. The first paragraph says, Israel Adesanya isn't interested in a trilogy with Alex Pereira unless it's a chance to become a two-division world champion. I thought that was Israel Adesanya saying that he's gonna fight Jamal Hill, because recently, out of nowhere, like, we haven't heard from Jamal Hill since he won in January. Like, we haven't heard anything, like nothing from Jamal Hill. I know there was a video he put out for Yuri Pauska, but as far as like who is Jamal Hill gonna fight next, I thought that it seemed like that they were starting to lean towards Israel Adesanya fighting Jamal Hill, because Yuri Prochazka, we haven't heard anything from him. Like, we haven't heard anything. And I'm an MMA casual, so we probably have, but we really haven't heard anything from Jamal Hill or Yuri Prochazka. Who are they going to fight next? And as far as the fight that's happening basically in a few weeks, the fight between Robert Whittaker and Dracus du Plessis, everyone said that's going to be a number one contendership fight. That's true. But my thing is that UFC is going to have an event in September, I believe. And I believe that fight's going to happen in Australia, right? Most likely Israel Adesanya is going to be headlining that card. So I was trying to figure out, like, you know, the idea of Robert Whittaker versus Dracus du Plessis, even though it's going to be a 3-round fight, like, unless the winner comes out that fight completely flawless, like Mortal Kombat flawless victory type of idea, I can't really see the winner of UFC 290, Robert Whittaker versus Dracus du Plessis, the winner of that fight, you know, coming back in basically 2 months to fight Israel Adesanya in 5 rounds. So I'm still just trying to figure. UFC has just not giving us much news this year. They just haven't. Hamza Chimaev, Kobe Covington, Leon Edwards, John Jones, Stipe Miocic, Jamal Hill. There's a lot of names where we just haven't heard anything. Just nothing. There's just no Conor McGregor, right? Like Michael Chandler. Is that fight happening? Is it not? There's just so much news that's just like we're waiting, and we're not getting anything. I have no idea what's happening with Jamal Hill and Yuri Prochazka. Jamal Hill should have been defending his light heavyweight championship. Are they waiting for Yuri Prochazka to come back? Is there a timeline? Have the reporters not asked about it? I have no idea. So I was thinking, like, hey, in September, it's either going to be Israel Adesanya versus Hamza Chimaev, or Israel Adesanya versus Jamal Hill, right? I thought that was going to happen. But let me know your opinion of this story. Like I said, I still don't think the UFC is going to give the winner of UFC 290 2 months to face Israel Adesanya in a 5-round fight in Australia, but we'll see. I have no idea. We basically just have to wait until, you know, UFC 290. It seems like after UFC 290, a lot of questions will be answered. A lot of matchups will be finally scheduled. But let me know your opinion of this fight. Another thing I want to say is that, you know, I know Israel Adesanya is saying that he thinks Alex Pereira is going to knock out Jan Blachowicz, but my problem is that Israel Adesanya knocked out Alex Pereira in April, right? We got April, May, June, July. So basically 3 months ago. And the idea that Alex Pereira, who got viciously knocked out in the second round, is going to return 3 months later to fight someone who's known for, quote, the legendary Polish power. I didn't love this fight. I think this fight was happening way too soon. I personally would have preferred to see Israel Adesanya fight before Alex Pereira, but we'll see what Alex Pereira offers. I'm a little worried that, you know, he goes into a fight 20 pounds heavier, obviously moving up to the light heavyweight division, but the power is going to be really different, and I'm worried that, you know, Jan Blachowicz can knock out Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira now went from, you know, a really, really dangerous fighter to being knocked out like twice in like 3 months, right? Like, we'll see what happens in that fight. It's going to be a great fight, UFC 291, I believe. But we'll see what happens with Pereira. But let me know your opinion of this story. Do you want to see Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya fight for a third time, basically, is the question. I'm Jason, UFC. Today we have a story about UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya welcomes Alex Pereira Trilogy fight only on one condition: 2 division champion. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.